The only reason I'm bringing this up is because how a small little story elevated into this crazy story that we got here today. So, Caitlin Clark is playing a game. And there's this issue with her and Angel Reese. There's this, Caitlin Clark pushes one of the teammates of Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry, Angel Reese pushes one of the teammates of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark fouls Angel Reese. Angel Reese does one of these LeBron flops and falls on the ground. I mean, she learned it from LeBron. Falls to the ground. And the next thing you know, DeMarcus like, oh my God, she's protected. Oh, it's all because she's white and all this other stuff. And then Angel Reese comes out and she's saying all these things. And then Jameel Hill comes out. Rob, I don't know if you have this clip or not. Jameel Hill comes out and says Angel Reese at the end of her career is going to end up being, calls Angel Reese end of career will be known as Michael Jordan. All right. So for some of you guys that are watching this. Then, unbelievable. Have you seen this thing? So Jameel Hill, Rob, if you can find this thing, she says Angel Reese will end up being Michael Jordan in the end of her career. All right, we'll find this. Yes, I just typed that up, asked the question. Yes, Jameel Hill has publicly expressed her belief in Angel Reese has the potential to become the Michael Jordan of WNBA in a recent statement Hill placed ahead of Caitlin Clark, suggesting that Reese could be viewed as the league's defining superstar like a Michael Jordan. Is that the one, Rob? If you can.
I'm looking for the clip.
Yeah, okay. Like anyway, so then outside of that, RG3 and comes out and says, man, Caitlin Clark is a superstar and she's, bigger than life and all this stuff. Ryan Clark, out of nowhere, Ryan Clark, who's a commentator, out of nowhere comes out and he says, well, what does RG3 know anything about this? RG3, who was a former quarterback, a great rookie quarterback. Washington, yeah.
Went to Marshall.
He says, what would RG3 know, who's a black man, by the way? He says, what would RG3 know about this? He's married to a white woman.
So
And they're like, wait, what did you say? Ryan Clark says RG3 is married to a white woman. What would he know about all this stuff that's taking place?
He actually said those words.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to you, I haven't heard that.
So, okay, Rob,
what a crappy thing to say.
Can you find this clip where Ryan Clark says, how would he know he's married to a white girl? Is that the clip, Rob?
Yes, sir.
Okay, play this clip. Watch this, Vinny.
We moved in to being able to read the expressions of a person and know their intent, know their character, know their perspective. But he does understand hate because I think he also understands the hate of self. When you look at the play, which is all we can speak to as professionals, all we can speak to as analysts, Angel Reese pushed one of her teammates. Caitlin Clark had a hard foul, which is part of basketball. I feel like it was assessed correctly. And Angel Reese's reaction is the sort of reaction you get in a situation when you feel like you took an intentionally hard
Rob,
foul.
Is this the one
that's
where he says
competitiveness? That's rivalry.
RG3
that's not
is
hate.
Married to a
and
white.
So now, though, when RG3 jumps
okay.
on to the hate train or to the angry train, and now follows along with what we saw from Keith Olbermann, what we saw from Dave Portnoy, as they poured on to Angel Reese to make her the villain in Caitlin Clark's heroic or hero story. Right. The one thing we know about RG3 is he's not having conversations at his home about what black women have to endure in this country, about what young black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom.
But
now, when you look at it, I think A'ja Wilson is the face of the league. A'ja Wilson.
Who's the face of the league?
He said Angel Reese.
Who did he say is the face of the league?
A'ja Wilson.
Okay, you can pause that.
Yeah.
RG3 responds back. RG3 responds back and says, what is that all about? To Ryan Clark's credit, he apologizes about this. Then Brittney Griner is playing a game, and this is what Brittney Griner calls. I was not going to comment on any of this stuff until this took place. Watch what she says. The entire internet has reacted to this. Here's Brittney Griner. They're playing against the Indiana Fever, and look what she's saying. Go ahead, Rob.
Or the ticky-tack fouls that we were talking about earlier today.
That pretty much sounds like trash effing white girl.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest.
So the whole market reacts to this with Brittney Griner, right? And then the other quote, Rob, then I'm going to wrap this up and then I'm going to go to Adam. Put the quote of Brittney Griner, what she said about the NBA. This is so funny how all this stuff works out, right? She says, this is from Brittney. Every time we play her, there's this commotion, like this loud rumbling from the stands. Turns out it's people, thousands of them, just sitting there, watching on purpose. It's very disruptive. It's called the freaking game that they pay you money to play. Don't play the game. It's very disruptive. It continues. Brittney Griner voiced frustration in a recent interview, claiming that Caitlin Clark is ruining what used to make the WNBA great. Wait for this.
Empty stands?
Tom, let me just.
go ahead, 'cause I'm so mad.
WNBA games used to be a chill, quiet place. You could bring your laptop and relax, maybe even get a little work done. But now it's like there's a large gathering of people watching us from the stands. Some of them are yelling crazy shit about what they're seeing, putting unfair pressure on us to score, like we're there for their entertainment, and that's pretty gross.
What?
Are you
I act like this.
Okay.
Rob, can you
joking.
verify that this is what she said on the mom and pop WNBA model? That she's sick of the and then she says the whole thing is toxic. I saw a guy with his daughter in the crowd, both of them yelling, couldn't hear what they were saying exactly, but it was either about my performance or some light racism. Definitely one of the two. Give me a flipping break.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of
like that?
course.
That's incredible.
First of all, I mean, and Adam, I know, Adam, you definitely have something to say, but, and I know Adam, I'm going to piggyback off of Adam because Adam's been saying this for a while, that this is why the WNBA is never, ever, ever going to work and never make money. And this is exactly what Caitlin Clark gets for bending the knee. Do you guys remember when she said, when we lost all respect for her, when she said, I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege. And the more we can elevate black women, this is going to be a beautiful thing. That's when it was all over. And Angel Reese and Brittney Griner, they walk around like the league owes them something. Even Ryan Clark's attitude as if, bro, where's the victimhood? These are freaking millionaires. Like, what are you talking about? It's attitude, it's no humility, just entitlement, and that's not confidence, it's arrogance with receipts. Okay? If you want fans, if you want your league to grow, act like a professional. Okay? The league already started underwater, and instead of fixing it, they're just poking more holes in the boat. And think about it, Brittney Griner talking all that trash. We traded the merchant of death for your ass, and you're out there talking shit and saying racist shit on the freaking sideline, and it's disgusting. Okay, that's why nobody watches it, and it'll
They're
lose
watching
money.
it. No. The point is, Vinny, if Caitlin Clark goes and is playing, they're watching it. Guess what was just announced yesterday?
What?
Caitlin Clark's
She's
injured. She'll be out for 2 weeks.
Good.
Let's see what happens to viewership.
Good.
Let's see what happens to viewership.
But do you think? And I know Adam's gonna go, but do you think Caitlin Clark on her own is going to save this thing? There's no way, especially with what she said and how they're all going to eat her alive, because she's a white girl in a league with predominantly black women, and the fact that, by the way, how can you say I'm sitting there and people are yelling, thousands of people, it's distracting. You're playing basketball in an arena. It doesn't make sense, Tom. They're doomed. They're doomed, and good for them. Adam, how much money did they lose a year?
All of it.
How much? How much?
I mean, it's not even just a year. They've
Every year.
lost tens of millions of dollars every year.
They're like the Federal Reserve.
Adam, what are your thoughts on
go
this?
ahead.
So I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to do and just trash the WNBA and tell you how horrible of a league it is and what a zombie company it is and how it is just completely toxic feminism with a little bit of racism and completely losing money. I'm not just going to do that, PBD.
I'm glad you didn't even mention it.
Thanks, Adam.
Exactly. I'm also going to tell you that the only reason that we're talking about the WNBA is two reasons. Number one, you know that summer's here and the NBA, the NHL, football season is pretty much either ending or coming to an or beginning, because all we have left is Tom's favorite sport, Major League Baseball, or WNBA. And this is the reason they played in the summer, because there's nothing else going on. So you know that the WNBA is coming in with that. Number two, we started this conversation with Angel Reese is going to be the second coming of who?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Stop it. Okay? Kobe's not Michael Jordan. LeBron's not Michael Jordan. Harold Miner back in the day was never Michael Jordan. Now
The left-handed Michael Jordan.
Exactly. So now some 6'4", maybe lesbian or not, is the new Michael Jordan. Stop it.
Okay, let
The
me do
whole
this.
reason we're talking about the WNBA is because of Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Angel Reese at best is the next Karl Anthony Towns. Shout out to the Knicks. But I will say one last thing. sports, no matter what,
There's no way she's Carl
is
Anthony
still
Towns.
the last place that DEI does not exist.
There's no way she's Carl Anthony
Still
Towns.
America.
Do you know why there's no way she's Carl Anthony Towns? Carl Anthony Towns shoots 40% from three, and he scored 20 points in the fourth quarter the other day. This is an insult to Carl Anthony Towns. Rob, can you pull up the stat that was just pulled up? Watch this here. Rob, I just asked you to Google something. Go all the way to the top. What did you Google, Rob? Can you tell the audience? You typed in Angel Reese, 22.7%, lowest field goal percentage in season. Yes, in a ESPN report, shows that Angel Reese has a field goal percentage of 22.7% in a WNBA game, which is a significantly lower than an average usual, the lowest percentage reporter. This woman in a season. Rob, do me a favor, Rob. Go to ChatGPT and type in the following. What is the single worst shooting percentage ever in WNBA? What is the single worst shooting percentage ever in WNBA? No, you type in ever in WNBA. What is the worst shooting percentage ever in WNBA? If you can put that ever in WNBA. Watch this, folks. Zoom in a little bit if you could. Watch this. Look what's going to come up. You ready? This is supposed to be Michael Jordan. The lowest. Okay.
Angel Reese, in contrast.
Where do you see it? Angel Reese's performance. Watch this. This is the kicker. Amongst players with more substantial playing time, Angel Reese's performance in 2024 stands out. She shot 43.8% on attempts within 5 feet of the basket. Do you know what 5 feet is, Vinny?
That's right here.
Hang on.
Senna.
If she's 6'4",
have you
then
ever-
fingertip to fingertip is 6'6".
So these guys are such clowns. You have a shot at getting more eyeballs to your league, and all of a sudden, you fear because it's Caitlin Clark, a white girl. You know who Caitlin Clark's going to end up being in the weirdest way possible if she makes it? She's going to be the Jackie Robinson of WNBA. Who was the Jackie Robinson of MLB? He brought blacks to the game.
Of course.
Okay. Jackie Robinson of the WNBA will be Caitlin Clark. If she stays healthy, there's a group of them that would hope for her to be out. But
why do you say she's going to be the Jackie Robinson of the WNBA?
Well,
It's not like
because
she's the first white girl.
She's not the first white girl, but she's the first white superstar at the levels where she's scoring these, the threes she's shooting. She's like a Steph Curry. She's the first actual superstar that people care. When's the last time we watched like college basketball? If I told you, tell me the greatest college basketball female basketball players last 30 years, and you watch
Diana Taurasi.
I know her. She's our meet. But you look at some of these names, you see some of these people on how they do.
Yeah.
But Caitlin Clark came out the gates and
you
put up some numbers we've never seen before.
Can I give some pushback to that?
Of course.
Because if you Google who is the greatest WNBA player of all time, I guarantee you Diana Taurasi is going to be at the top of the list. Find that out for me. What's my point? She made her mark in college, I think, for UConn.
Caitlin's been playing for a year and a half, Adam. Of course she's not the greatest of all time.
That's not what I'm asking.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this. Nobody gave a crap about Diana Taurasi because she came out pre-feminism, pre this push for making everything about feminism and femininity and pushing women down our throats. Without them pushing Caitlin Clark and them advertising and marketing and putting her on TV, nobody cares about the WNBA. Diana Taurasi did the exact same thing Caitlin Clark is doing. Shoots threes, makes assists, and, does her thing. But nobody cared. But now that they're pushing this down our throat, you got to like the WNBA. You have to watch this. You have to watch this. Now people start caring. Diana Taurasi already did this. She was the Jackie Robinson, so to speak. But now they're doing this with Caitlin Clark, and as if we're supposed to be like, oh my God, I can't wait for more WNBA. No one cares. But they're pushing feminism down our throats.
And it's the same, by the way, and it's just anything with the words NBA in it. Same thing with LeBron James. He's the face. He's anti-cop. He's anti-American. He's pro-China. And how's the NBA doing? How's the NBA doing regular season? Is anybody watching the NBA? Be honest. This guy used to watch it all the time. I don't even remember the last time you even watched a game. When's the last time you actually saw an actual full NBA game?
Yeah, for me.
That Knicks-Indiana series is going good.
In this case, when you look at Taurasi when she came in versus Caitlin Clark, a part of what Adam is saying is trying to say that the women empowerment is bigger than it's ever been before, and that's why this is going on. I don't know if that's the case. Maybe, maybe not. But the reality of it is, I've never seen anybody more exciting as a female basketball player than her. It's got nothing to do with skin because Diana Taurasi is also not black. She's, I don't know what nationality she
Italian?
is. I don't
Taurasi?
know. I don't know. I don't know if she is.
I mean, we're in Italy, so
She's a white girl. She's a white girl.
she's white, but where's she?
Diana
Well,
Taurasi.
I don't know. Some people thought she was Indian, and all of a sudden she turned black. I don't know what happened with her.
I thought she was.
What is she?
I thought maybe she was Armenian, but apparently she is. Let me see. Is she
ethnicity?
Arabic or is she something? I thought she was Armenian. Who cares? Look, I mean, at this point, again, we're moving on. But the reality of it is, Angel Reese, according to Jameel Hill, is going to be the Michael Jordan of the WNBA.
Yeah.
And they lost Caitlin Clark. Let's watch some data to see what the WNBA viewership does the next couple weeks. Rob, can you show us the new gear we have with Valuetainment merch for those that go to the gym and work out? Go for it, Rob. That's it.
Look at those legs, Pat. See the eye wink?
You seeing that little wink at the end there? I
So
like
that
that.
sound else for you, baby.
All right.
The
go
future looks
to-
strong and sweaty.
Go to vtmerch.com, place your order, get your gear, go to the gym, sport the future looks bright. And anybody that places an order, you get a I Love VT keychain being sent your way. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.